confirm me once you are able to see my screen.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so let me log into the system. So my login ID. So today we will define the costing type.
Okay.
Okay, so I will go to the SPRO, IMG, controlling, and the controlling we will go to the product cost controlling, then product cost.
I can't see. I can't. I can only see your login screen at the moment, Ashish.
Now.
Yep, I can see it now.
So product cost planning, product
Okay.
cost planning. We will go to the now the material cost estimate with the
Okay.
With quantity structure.
Okay.
And here we will go to that costing variant component. In costing variant component, we define the costing type.
Excellent.
Okay.
I think this is what I've been waiting for. Okay.
Yeah, I think moreover after this, because this is only the standard costing variants we use, the issue you are looking for, it will start after this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So because after that we will define that valuation variant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so because the valuation variant determined whether you are doing using the BOM or a routing.
Okay.
Cost estimation.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start this one. So we have the different costing types. So SAP, normally what are the SAP recommended that we need to use a standard valuation variants.
Okay.
Like we have here. Basically the purpose, let me define the purpose of this configuration, or you can say this key used for control of the costing application. Through these costing types, we put an internal control on our costing application.
Okay.
And this key determine which object to be costed and how the data is saved and what types of costing. That means whether product costing using BOM, routing, or unit costing without BOM or routing. Okay.
Okay.
It is also recommended. We also recommend that it's a SAP recommendation. We require to use a standard costing type like 01 is a standard cost estimates.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. One of that. I will double click on the standard cost estimates. If we click on the standard cost estimate, we'll find the three values: price update, save parameters, and miscellaneous.
Okay.
Okay. So basically in the price estimate and the valuation view, we can define whether the cost estimate should be saved without date, with date, or with the start of the period. So if you click here, price update, start standard price, here save parameters, with start of the period, with date, without date, and start of the period. Okay, cost estimate in the quantity structure. In the price update, we use a standard price.
Okay. Ashish, can you change at the bottom just to show the T code as well, please?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
Always. Okay, KI.
Yep.
Okay. Basically, what happened that the standard cost estimate, we must update automatic costings with the start date, start of the period indicator.
Okay.
It's a standard practice. Basically, it ensures that the results of the standard cost estimate can be used as a standard price for that period. Okay. So the result, we can use the results as a in place of a standard price.
Okay.
And further, we can say for the other types of costing, we can use the with date indicator. Okay. So here we have the standard price, and valuation we have the legal valuation always. In the save parameter, that is the area. the cost estimate with the cost structure. So when it will start with the standard with the start of the period.
Okay.
And additive cost is also with the start of the period.
Okay.
Okay. Then you can see also miscellaneous. In the miscellaneous cost component portion of the overhead application. So here we calculate the here we basically define what basis overhead is to be calculated.
Okay.
Calculation base. Okay. So we will set here cost of goods manufactured.
What are the options?
If you see the options, they are the different cost of goods sold or inventory.
Okay.
Normally, at the time of cost component structure, what are the like we have these all threes, whether it's a cost of goods manufactured, cost of goods sold, external procurement inventory, tax inventory. So all the options are here, calculation base.
Okay.
That we define at the time of creation of a cost component structure. So if you see the cost component structure, you will find all these things in internal calculation of the cost component structure.
Okay.
Okay. So we enter the cost component view, basically the cost of goods manufactured, or you can say whether it's a cost of goods manufactured or the sales administration cost. Okay.
Okay.
So this is done, and this is a partner version, partner cost component split, which we are not use. Splitting, cost splitting is not used here. So basically, since we are using the material ledger, we also require the costing types of group or the profit center valuation.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see the configuration of these costing types. Okay. So like go back and we'll see K1 standard cost material. Okay. So in the case of a standard cost material, it's a standard price and the group valuation always.
Yep.
Okay. In the case of the shape parameters, cost estimate with start of the period, and additive cost is all start of the period. And
Okay.
if you see the miscellaneous, here we have the split cost estimate material.
Okay.
Okay. So here you can see that the calculation base is the cost of goods manufactured, but partner component split are based on the company code, plant, and profit center.
Company
Why?
code, plant
and profit center. Why? Because as I told you, since we use the material ledger, we also require the costing types for the group and the profit center valuation. So
okay.
for the group purpose, we have the company code and the profit center.
What are the options? If you can I see what the options are?
If you see the options, that's the only one option.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So if you click here, partner version, it will show you. Okay. So these are the options you can select. The combination you can make for the partner version: company code, plant, business area, and the profit center.
Okay.
Because plant is something driving from the material.
Okay.
Okay. And company code from the FI side and the profit center. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have you ever seen the profit center segment?
I'm not sure. I have at work. I think we use mainly company code at the plant. We use the profit center. We never use the business area. So
yeah, business area never used because that's the standard combination organization used. Yeah. For the partner version. Okay. And if you see the material ledger, if you see the any kind of material document. Okay. So in the material document, you will find that the plant is assigned, and the profit center is also coming in the account assignment field. Okay. Okay. And plant and profit center also contain the company code. Okay. Okay. Because the profit center is the one of the controlling so you can say costing objects or a controlling object which are linked with the multiple company codes. Okay. So that's the combination here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just a minute. Hello, Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I did not recognize it's on the mute. Okay, so what I was saying that if I need to create a custom, so what we can do, we can copy the standard one and change the only the naming and the costing type.
Okay.
Okay, and we can also select whether with the start of the period or end of the period or
Yep.
calculation base. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yep.
let me close this one. Okay, because we are not going to create, we will use a standard one. If you go into the organization, you can see what are the defined costing types. So you will find they are using the standard costing types.
Yep.
Okay, or you can see either they can copy and make the custom, like here they done like K1, and these are the D1, D1, D2, K1 SY, UI. That's are the standard copied.
Yeah.
Now the important field is the define valuation variant.
Okay.
Define valuation variant. So basically, what is the purpose of this configuration? Valuation variant. We have the different valuation variant. Basically, through this, we determine which value from the material based on the BOM is used for the costing, and which activity price based on the routing is used. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Because so you can see here, we will create our, you can say, new entry. Okay, I click on the new entry. I will put it as a Z01.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll put it as a PLANNED, plant valuation / material. Okay. Okay. So let's see here. I will use a plant price one for here. I will use the valuation according to the price control in the material master.
Okay.
Okay, and what I will do, I would standard price, and then I will have the moving average price.
Yep.
So let me explain these terms to you. Okay, plant price, like plant price one, is manually maintained in the costing view of the material master. Okay.
Okay.
And say what the system will do. System will searching plant price for the raw and packing material first. Access the plant price first. Okay. When the system search the price, it will go to the plant price first. That is why we give the first as a plant price. It is just like a access sequence of determining the material valuation.
Okay.
Okay. So what the system will do? System will first go to the material master and check what is the plant price first. If it is not maintained, then system gradually go to the valuation price according to the price control. Okay. That means in case no plant price is maintained, then system look for the valuation price according to the price control in the material master. Okay. And in the case of in the case of the raw and the packing material, the price control is V. That is a moving average. Okay. Okay. And then what we case no moving average price is maintained in the material master. Then the third strategy will be used. The system will look for the standard price for the material master. Okay. So what the system will do here? System will go to the first plant price. Okay. Then go for the valuation price. For packing, it will go to the moving average. If it is a material, packing material. If it is not a moving average maintained, then go to the standard price.
Okay. Yep. I get it. Yep.
Okay. So that's the valuation, material valuation. How the system will move to determine the valuation and additive cost. We also click on the additive cost here.
Okay.
Okay. In the case of a activity type, now we go to the activity type. Basically, what we do here we define the sequence in which the system search for the price in activity type planning. Okay. In cost center cost center accounting in cost center accounting. Okay. because the costing, because when we do the costing to evaluate the utilized activity price, we can also specify here, like we can specify here which plant slash actual version is used. Okay.
Okay.
So I will give here, if you see a active strategy sequence, you will find different strategy sequence for the activity type, like uh, uh, plant price for the period, plant price as the average of all fiscal year period, plant price as the average of remaining periods of the fiscal year, actual price of the previous year, or you can most up to date actual price in the past, most up to date price, plant price, most up to date plant price, or actual price of the period.
Okay.
Okay. So here we will select the plant price average for all the fiscal year, all fiscal year period.
Okay.
Okay, throughout the year. So let me explain this again to you. Basically, what happened? The plant price slash actual version is maintained in the controlling area. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we have maintained this in the controlling in our controlling area also. Okay, we also maintain this in our controlling area. In case we want to have a different activity price for the group or and the profit center view, we need to create further two valuation variant and assign and CO version, you can say D01, or you can any custom made version, you can say A01, A02 to the valuation variant.
Okay.
Okay. So we are using only this strategy and plant price as the as the average for all the fiscal year. Now subcontracting. In the case of subcontracting, we define the sequence in which the system search for the price in the purchasing info record.
Okay.
In purchasing, you can say in the case of the purchasing, quota, you can say quota arrangements are used to create a mixed price of the material that are manufactured with external vendors.
Okay.
With part of the previous provided by the customer, like we are using a 2 or 3 vendors to for preparing a material.
Okay.
One vendor preparing the part of the material, then the another vendor working on it. Okay, we can also specify whether the quota of the individual vendor that are entered in the source list of the material to be produced, you can say processed through the plant quota agreements. So here you can see, because here you can see, you can find the different quotations, like effective price from the quotation which without fixed cost, net quotation price, gross quotation price, effective price from the quotation, effective price from purchase order without fixed cost, net purchase order price, gross purchase order price, effective price from purchase order. So
Okay.
what we will do use here, net quotation price.
Okay.
Okay, so we are, you can say, in the valuation we are valuing each and every object, like we value the material, we value the activity, or the, you can say, activity type cost. Then we also define value for the subcontracting.
Yep.
Okay, then it's external processing. In external processing, we define the sequence in which the system search for the price in the purchasing info record, or the routing operation for the valuation of external activities.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. We will define the price from the price from operation, and second, if it is not available, then net quotation price.
Okay.
Is a sequence. That means you can say priority. Okay, first system will see the operation price. If it is not available, then it say the net quotation price.
Okay.
And then we have the overhead.
Okay.
Okay, so here, because this is the link, here what we do, we link the costing sheet created by us earlier. Okay, for the overhead calculation we prepared the costing sheets. Okay.
Yep.
So let's search our costing sheet. This is the costing sheet we created, SCI 9. Yeah, I think SCI 9 is
I
the
think that's the
costing.
one.
Yeah. So I'm just checking how many costing sheets are here. And there's all, they're not costing sheets. So we used our costing sheet we have created. And we also specify whether the overhead is calculated for the subcontractor material in the material costing, or we do not require the, so we or we want or we do not want to create. So okay, so we can specify whether we want to create the calculate the overhead and the valuation variant for the plant or not.
Okay.
Okay, so here we said that okay, we will calculate and the overheads will come from our costing sheets.
Okay.
Okay, and there is a one important note. Okay, if we want to use the different valuation strategies or the different overheads in the plant that belong to the same company code, like we have the more than one plant in our company code. Okay, and we want to use the different valuation strategies.
Yeah.
You can see that that's the valuation strategy slash plant, so it's according to the plant, and I want that I will use a different valuation strategy like Z01 for one plant and Z02 for other plant. Okay,
Okay.
we can define plant specific valuation variant by
Okay.
assigning a valuation variant to the plant. Okay, so we can create this valuation variant and then we can link these with the in the assignment to the plant.
Yeah.
So if you see here, if I push this button, okay, or press this button, you can see valuation variant and the plant assignment.
Sure.
Okay, so by this we can use our, you can say, strategy linked with the specific to the plant. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, now the last one is the miscellaneous. Okay, so if we click on the price factor, basically this indicator for you can say for relevancy of the costing. Basically what it does, it control the extent to which the BOM items or the operations or the sub operations in the routing to be included in the costing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is important. You will can check what valuation variant, that means blank, or you can say plus plus plus, that means we do a defaulting with rather than specifying any particular, we will put as a masking. It is also called a term masking. We do the masking, we put a plus plus one, and I will give the costing relevancy. So here you can see the costing relevancy.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see here what is the not relevant for costing, packaging operations, packaging material relevant for costing.
Okay.
Okay, so we give a costing variant to the three labels: not relevant for costing, packing operation, and packaging material. And here they give the fixed price factor. Okay.
Yep.
50%, 50%. Sorry, what is a? It's a percentage, or I'm not sure what it's giving here. That's the price factors is already defined. Okay. So why is the price factor is system calculated? Okay. Let's see what is happening here. Okay, costing relevancy, fixed price factor, and variable price factor. Okay, got it. Basically, I give you the example like I can use a BOM items for operation for which the indicator of the relevancy of costing is X. That is fully relevant for costing. Okay. If that's a, if I put a here it is a X, that means a fully relevant of costing. If the BOM item or the operation without an indicator of the relevancy to the costing is not relevant for costing at all, that means it's a blank.
Okay.
Okay, and there is another you can say we can specify in this configuration. What we can do, we can set a costing level 1 2 3 for the costing power. Basically these indicators we selected for the BOM and routing. Okay, and this is a price factor which is default coming by the system here in this server. I need to check in my company what the default, because it's a basically default coming. Okay, if we click on the price factor, or rather you can create your own price factor here. You can, you will find here it is, well, you can change the price factor or the valuation price factor.
Okay.
Okay, but this will remain the standard by the SAP. Okay, so let's see, it's coming. Okay, 1 2 3, not an issue. So now what I will do, I'll go back, and so you can see here Z11 is if you see, we created a 3 like Z01, Z10 and Z11, SAP network actual, SAP network plant valuation material. Okay, back, save the changes, yes. Oh, so if I go there and check my valuation variant, so okay, that's my valuation variant. That someone did not save the Z1, so that's my valuation variant. If I see my valuation variant, I can see, okay, the price strategy, I give this price strategy. For activity type, I give this. For subcontracting, I give the duration. For extra processing, I put this. Overhead, I am using my costing sheets. And miscellaneous, I leave it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's we define. Now we define the date control. Define date control. Okay. Basically, what the date control do? Is basically what it's do. Date controls it basically, as it's specified date control, it controls the date on which the quantity structure and the value structure are created. Okay. Basically, date control determine, or we can say it can also use for product costing, material cost estimate with the quantity structure, sales order, the validity period of the cost estimate you can use, or the date on which the quantity structure is determined, quantity structure date. So it can it can be a different dates in depending on the our structure. So let's see. So you can say PC01, PC02 standard cost estimate month, standard cost estimate subsequent fiscal year. So normally in the standard practice we use PC01.
Okay.
Standard cost estimate monthly. Okay.
Okay.
So if you click here, you will find this default values. Okay. Costing date from current date, costing date to maximum value, manual entry, that means manual entry.
Yep.
Okay. Quantity structure date, manual entry, basically it's from the current date, but you can put a manual entry. Okay. Valuation date is also allowed for manual input, and by default it will put on the current date. If you see it, it will show you the different dates: current date, end of the current period, start of the next month, next end of the next month. So we'll always a current date by default. Okay, and always put the manual entry. If I remove the manual entry, system will take the current date. It will not allow me to change the dates.
Okay.
In the cost estimates. Okay, so we have the different cost estimates, like you can say standard cost estimate period. So if you click this, it is start of the next period, end of the next period, costing date from. Okay, but they are all manual entry, so you can change it.
Yeah.
So we use the PC01. Or you can say, if we like, we can also create our, like this is a user created simulation, current date, same one, current date, month date. It is put in
1 second. Sorry, I thought I heard someone at my door, but it's okay.
So basically, when we see about the date control, so date control basically in the nutshell we can say the date control determine which date are proposed or displayed when a cost estimate is created. Okay.
Yep.
Whether these dates can be changed by the user or not. So do two things date control determine. When the cost estimate says we create the cost estimates in the system, which
Yep.
date need to be selected? It's the current date or the end of the date. Okay, and whether it is manually entered or not by this key.
Okay. Okay.
And you can see there's in the standard system contain predefined date controls like we have here PC01, PC02. These are the predefined date controls ID, and we can use without them making any changes in the organization. If they like, they can customize it, but we can also use it the predefined one.
Yep.
Okay. And define quantity structure control. Okay, basically if we click it's what is here. I hope it's recording. Let me just a minute, I will check whether it's okay, it's recording. I thought okay, so now define quantity structure control. You can say PC. Okay, so basically what the quantity structure control is used, it is basically it's used in the cost estimate with the quantity structure. For this we specify each plant how the system search for valid alternatives, bombs or alternative routings.
Okay.
So if I need to ask, define, okay, this what is the alternative bomb for my cost estimates, or what are the alternative routings, and then I will do it with the quantity structure control.
Okay.
So if you see here, so you can see bomb and routing. Okay, so bomb determination, it's a costing, inventory management, plant maintenance, process. So we use a costing. Okay.
Okay.
And in case of a routing, if you see the routing for the component codes, round up. That is a rounding up. Okay. And see the routing. So routing selection, we have the different options.
Yep.
Okay, so these are the my routing. Okay, so let's sell that. Oh, sorry. Okay, uses description, standard, and description for the. Okay. So basically what is the, here we do the selection ID for routing. We have the selection ID 010101, 0203, 0404, okay, 40 and some custom defined. Okay.
Okay.
So basically how the routing are selected. Basically what happened that the selection ID 01 and the selection procedure is you can say it's these are the numerable, and that means 10102 02 03. These are the numeric, and which is not numeric, that is a RW. These are the customs. Okay. Normally selection ID we used, all standard practice always say that we put as the numeric ID.
Okay.
And here what did the it provide the reference operation set. Okay. Rate routing, reference rate of routing, standard network routing, cutting, you can say cut planning profile. Okay, so if you see here, these are the different combination of what I say routing reference. So you can system ID.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. It must provide a selection. Okay, release journal. Okay, It's not opening up. It must provide me a selection. I'm not sure why it's not opening a selection criteria. Here we have the selection criteria. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not opening any selection criteria here. It's selecting. Okay, let's keep it here. Okay, I will create my own. Okay, so now you can see that. Okay, when I say for new entry, okay, system give me the selection criteria so I can see. Okay, so normal like I can use a 0 1 and 0 1 with the 1 2 3 4 5. That's my sequence. Okay, and that's a, you can say, task list type. So if I open the task list type, it give me the different entries like standard network, master receipt, okay,
Yeah.
root cut, planning profile. So the important thing is the N means a routing.
Yeah.
Okay, and the S, reference operation set.
Yeah.
Okay, so normally we use a N and S.
Yep.
And you can see also our rate routing.
Yep.
Okay, so we can put a combination here in the case of routing. Okay, like for ID 0101, I can create a sequence. In that sequence, I can define different patterns, like I want the combination of 011 and with the routing, and then it's a, you can see what is this, it's a plan
Okay.
production, plan uses. So I can put a plan uses, set a plan uses here, like one is the production, two is the engineering design, universal, plant maintenance, goods receipts, goods issue. Okay, so it's just like a combination I'm setting up for the routing, which routing need to be selected. Okay,
Okay.
it's either on the you can say for the production I'm using the production.
Yep.
And with the combination of S, I'm using the production with the combination of N with the 3 type I can using. So this is a description, production, universal, and this is start. Okay, so I'm just opening it. It will give you the creation phase, whether release of the order, or release for the costing. Okay.
Okay.
Or it can get general. Okay, so we'll use the general release. Most of the time you will use a general release or release for costing.
Okay.
Sometimes you can use a release for order when you are making the different combinations. Like I am using the 01 and making all the possible combination with the 01 from the available.
Okay.
Starts. Okay, and it is the description. So basically, if you see, there is only 3 things are working. One is the ID. This is a sequence, because if you are putting making the 3 IDs, so 1 2 3 is the sequence. Then the important is the task list type, whether plan uses, whether it's a production or a universal, whatever it's, and what is the release.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the 3 combination along with the ID will determine my routing.
All right.
Okay, so I have routing selection. So I think it's 01 previously. Or here you can, if you select it, you can link it with your plant. See, no, I don't want to change it. Now the third is a define transfer control. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, why we define the transfer control? Basically, the purpose of this setting is to prevent the system from creating a new cost estimates for material when costing data is already exist.
Okay.
Okay, if my costing data is already, so system will use that costing estimates rather than creating a new one.
All right.
So through this transfer strategy, we will control that thing. Okay, like it's a it will what it will do, it will improve my system performance in other terms.
Okay.
So we can define the define transfer control. So we can have here like single partner transfer, single plant transfer, cross plant transfer. Okay, in case of a transfer structure, like in the case of the single plant transfer. Okay, let's show you. Yes, it's okay. So again, single plant transfer, a cross plant transfer.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a single plant transfer? If my cost estimate for certain materials already exists in the individual level of a BOM, okay, and
Okay.
they are not you can say recosted. So what I do, rather the existing costing data is transferred into the cost estimate in according with the transfer control. I can use this existing one.
Yeah.
Okay, for this purpose we need to what we need to do, we need to put a note, you can say variant, costing variant. We need to define this combination.
Sure.
Okay, so strategy sequences, other cost estimates. Okay, period by it's a 12, but we put as a default 99. It's my costing variant.
Yeah.
Which we've created, like standard cost estimate. Z is the network, actual network plan, standard cost estimates, SV network, PPPC. Okay, costing variant, these are the states, and the costing version, it's one. Okay, and what is the cross transfer or cross plant transfer? So basically what happened when there are the two types, we can say there are the two types, whether transfer from other plant or production into the other plant.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the transfer from the other plant and production of the plant? If we have entered one of these typical, you can say special procurement types, like you can see here for the standard cost estimates, basis period transfer. Okay, they did not maintain any current standard cost estimates. Okay, period, future standard cost estimates. Just a minute, previous standard cost estimates. It's not showing any stuff here. Okay, you need to check why it's not giving us the costing estimate. I need to check this thing because here it is fine, but cross plant it must give us that whether it's a single plant transfer or a cross plant transfer we want to book.
Okay.
Okay, so I will check this stuff. Okay, so let's see for the okay, let's see transfer. Okay, transfer with plant change or transfer evaluation method sales, transfer with plant change. Okay, fiscal year, future standard cost estimates, current cost standard cost estimate, previous standard cost estimates. Okay, here they put a no transfer, single plant transfer. So they are using only the cross transfer, plant transfer.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just checking these are available. Okay, they are also using a cross plant plant transfer at the single plant transfer period 12. Okay, fiscal year dependent. Okay, transfer only with collective requirements. Okay, and transfer only with the collective requirements of materials. Okay, sales. Okay, what I do, I will check this configuration again because I am having some doubts on this transfer control, defined
Okay.
control transfer. Okay, and after that there is only a defined reference variant. Okay,
Yep.
So I will check this configuration in, and we can cover up in the next session.
Of course, yep.
Okay. Because let me see this one. I'm just a bit doubtful about this stuff. Okay. So let's me. So is there anything that we required only one class, or as I asked you to, we can have at least one more session in weekdays?
When do you suggest?
Like Wednesday.
Okay, what time?
The time bit late, around 9.
Okay, we can try 9, and if it's a problem, I'll let you know. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, not a problem. Not a problem.
Ashish, can you do one thing for me? Just scroll down the screen a bit. I want to see what the other. Just scroll down a bit.
And that's setting for the quantity structure control, then the material cost estimate without quantity structure, because we are using the with quantity structure.
We don't need
the same with the it is a without quantity structure, though it will remain the same. It will contain the same things.
Yeah, fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So it will remain the same. Then it's price updates.
Yep.
The parameters, standard cost estimates, and the parameters for the inventory cost estimates.
Okay.
Selection functional in the function in the material costing. So activate cross company costings, and then define costing versions, define partner version. You can see when we are doing this costing variant, when we create the costing variant, we are receiving these things.
Yep.
Okay, what we have checked, we see the partner version.
Yeah.
And costing version in the type of a valuation variant.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then we have the raw material cost estimates.
Yep.
Assign condition type to the original group. Then the mixed costing. Then costing in the joint production. And then product lot costing. Okay.
Yep.
And that's it. Then these are the ad hoc estimates. Okay. Still, there is a lot of things remain. Material cost estimate without quantity structure. If you like, we can check this thing, but it's all over the same.
Yeah, we can ignore that. I don't want to cover the same ground twice.
Pricing updates. So this is an important one. Update the pricing. It's also the important function, the material costing.
Yeah.
Activate mixed costing. This is the important section.
Yeah.
And then these are the joint production. How, if we are doing the costing, how the costing will happen in the joint production, how the costing will happen in the mixed costing, and the raw material cost estimates or the lot costing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So still there's a lot.
Okay. So 9 o'clock on Wednesday.
Yeah. 9 o'clock on Wednesday. Okay.
And I'll let you know if there's a problem.
Yeah, sure. And even I also let you know, because I need to travel to the Cambridge, and it's very far from my house.
Yeah. Okay.
So what I do, it's already recorded in the cloud, as you can see here.
Yep.
So might be Indu will send you the recording this time.
Okay. Yep. Perfect.
Okay. So see you on Wednesday. I will let you know.
Great stuff. Thanks, Ashish.
Okay. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.